Yo, what is good, my Quick Crypto family and my Coin Factory family? Back once more on a daily Casper and crypto live stream. And yes, we are much earlier today. I apologize if it does mess up with your timings, but if you're watching on playback, then welcome back to the stream. And in today's news, we have a lot of important information, a slightly different approach, if you will. We have got some new information from Johnny, the senior or the executive vice president of the KII, making an announcement regarding the KEF, Casper and AI being incorporated very shortly, or at least trying to, which is very big. We've got more announcements regarding stablecoins, which I think are very important. I'm going to get into exactly why stablecoins coming for Casper could come through sooner than we expect, and also could be very big, and much more. What we're seeing right now, though, as we are now on February 1st, yes, the market is down right now, but we have currently seen the highest monthly close ever for Bitcoin. January 2025 was the highest monthly close in Bitcoin's history ever, $102,300. But yet, for some reason, everybody right now is worried. For some reason, everyone right now is worried about the market because we're seeing a correction. We have seen the highest monthly close in history. That is, again, that is groundbreaking stuff. Very big news. So while the market right now does look worse for wear, Bitcoin currently down to $101,000, Casper down to 12.73, down 1.90% on the daily time frame. Don't be emotional, be logical, look long term, and see what is yet to come in this space. See that historically speaking, February has always been a very strong month for altcoins. There have been two occasions where it's been bad, 2018 and currently, so far it's down. But otherwise, for the most part, it's always been green in February. Last February, we saw it go up 46%. So with that in mind, it's a high likelihood and a strong belief that we should be seeing another green February this month as well. Based on the current developments, it is a very good likelihood because we're seeing stuff like the rollback of the SEC's controversial SAB 121, it's gone now, which now means that it's welcomed US crypto and banking industries to, start working together. So crypto industry players and banks alike say SAB 121 was an attempt by Gary Gensler to keep traditional banks out of the crypto business. But now it's been rescinded, it's been removed. So now we can start seeing crypto and banks working together, banks offering crypto custody. We're going to see bills coming through very soon. I believe we'll see some coming through this month. If not, we'll see it come through hopefully by the end of this quarter with Donald Trump launching some more stablecoin bills and digital asset bills as well. This is a very big deal. And of course, then we've got the Bitcoin reserve that's currently accelerating as well, more and more. The Senate Bill 614 allowed Missouri to invest 10% of public funds in Bitcoin and protect self-custody, right to mine, and exempt nodes from money transmitter licenses. So while, yes, market seems down today, a little bit worse to wear, I'm assuming it's back on the back of the tariffs that Trump had announced yesterday. While I made a post about that in my community yesterday, to which Cody, one of my mods, shout out to him, did make a more, an argument for the tariffs. My argument is kind of against all of it, if you will. For and against, but he highlighted more so the for and why it's not as dire as people seem to think it is. But right now, I believe that the main reason the market is correcting is the result of the tariffs. But at the same time, long-term side of things, I still think we've got a lot more upside to come right now. You can see Bitcoin again on two occasions the last 2 days has been rebounding off this support level in and around here at around $101,000. If we could hold this level, it would be a very strong indicator to me that we'll start seeing another push up again. And of course, Casper, again, whilst coming down this level of support here, it's still holding strong right now. And again, there's still a lot of belief and FOMO, if you will, that we could see a Binance listing coming through very soon, to which I want to talk about a little bit as well, because there seems to be, understandably, a lot of FUD around a Binance listing as well. A lot of people have been saying it in my chat, and we've got a post here from Micro making the point of why Binance is dead. I want to just dissect this a little bit and agree with him, but also then make my own personal point to it as well. What's up, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're doing very well. Yo to you too, Stu Clark. Casper, the most resilient in my portfolio, just flipped up again. Casper, for me, is proven to be one of the most resilient. Again, 1 year, pretty much straight on consolidation. It's done a very good job. frustrating as it may be for some people, I'm sure that will come and result to a pump for Casper very, very shortly, especially following all the major developments regarding listings, smart contracts, 10 BPS, and much more we're going to get into in this stream. So this first post here from Mick was talking about why Binance apparently is dead. And the TLDR of why it's dead is because this is a different cycle. 2021 was a different cycle where Binance was king because it listed a lot of really decent projects that were, grassroots, so to speak, didn't have VC backing or didn't have an unhealthy amount of VC backing. It was less saturated because also they didn't do listings as frequently. If you look at the market right now and what we've seen so far for Binance, we've seen 9 listings, all in the span of, a month or so? 9 in the span of a month. And new year, since January started this new year, we've seen 8. And all of these tokens here are either meme coins or have huge amounts of VC backing. And as a result, therefore, all of these tokens have been listed have come down. The best one being here down 9%, which was AIXBT. Every other one here has come down 40, 50, 60% since its launch on Binance, which of course is not good. And that does therefore cause some concern about what Binance is trying to, what Binance could do for Casper effectively, because we want to believe that Binance will do very well, but at the same time now there's a growing amount of FUD in the community that Binance could be an indicator of the top for Casper. So the reason behind Binance's downfalls are VC have taken over, oversaturation of listings, no fresh retail capital, increased competition, and so on and so forth, because you've got like the likes of Mexi and Upbit who are now starting to eat into Binance's shares. Now, me personally, also then the regulatory pressure as well about the whole legal troubles, which again, hopefully is going to be solved and squished very soon. But the whole, reason why I am not particularly worried about this potentially causing a similar effect to Casper, because again, the issues with Binance comes down to the oversaturated listings, comes down to the projects they're listing, which are worthless, meme coins, VC backs, like they're just not great. And Casper, of course, is a fair launch proof of work. Now, the fact that Binance has not listed Casper, of course, is frustrating. We all understand that much. But the fact that, but again, with Casper, what it is, Casper hasn't got VC backings. So when Casper does get launched, you won't have insiders who just dump upon launch. So that won't be much of a concern. And of course, Casper's got real utility behind it as well as building something properly, as opposed to just being a meme coin. So for me, history has shown us, especially recently with this market with Binance, that Binance will list, the project will rise with the FOMO. Once the listing happens, it comes down heavily. For me, I believe that what happened with Binance and Casper, you'll see it pump up and you'll see a small pullback. Again, sell the event. Buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. You'll see something like that. But because Casper's not the same as other projects, it's not a meme coin, it's not a VC-backed coin, it's a fair proof of work with real utility, not something just, it's the same project but a different face. I think Casper will be able to utilize that Binance momentum to start rallying more so. But one thing I want to highlight in response to that as well is that this is also why when people are like, we need Binance, we need tier ones. I agree, tier ones would be fantastic, but I don't think they're as important as people make it out to be. Of course, I would love to see Binance and Coinbase and OKX and Gemini and Crypto.com and Robinhood, you name it. But I don't think they're as important as people make it out to be. Because right now we're in an institutional market investors, they're the ones that are driving the market. The ETFs are what's important more so than anything else, and developments. Coinbase, for example, Paul Grohr here made a post about how the fact that securities laws are for securities problems, not consumer protection problems. Too many, quote, security experts misunderstand this, but Casper Guru replies here saying, yesterday you claimed that Coinbase list assets that have fair distribution of a technological innovation and have real-world use case with active communities. Yet, they listed VVV, which had a massive pre-allocation and then dumped 75% in one day. So, we're seeing Coinbase again make these claims about what they're listing and their listing process, whatever, and then seemingly the projects they're listing go completely against what they're trying to talk about. Which is, again, it doesn't sound right. And this is what I've been trying to address now. KI have been openly talking about it more and more on Twitter, addressing this, saying, in the world of blockchain, cryptocurrencies, where the promise of decentralization and financial freedom was once heralded as a new dawn of global finance, a dark shadow has encroached upon this vision. This shadow is cast by a triad of actors, regulators, and crypto companies, and their chorus of self-congratulatory consultants and paid shills, who together form a horrid blight on the industry. This is a shot at all the regulators, the governments, the institutions, and the crypto exchanges, and even the crypto projects that are all now kind of band together to basically just become a new centralized system. Everyone should be understanding the whole element of the banking cartel. That's how we tend to deem central banks as the banking cartel. They're always looking out for themselves, don't care about people. This is what a lot of crypto space become now. Big projects. Most of these projects, if you look at these projects in the space right now, majority of these projects right now are centralized. They have some form of VC backing or, centralized authority behind it. Ripple again being one of them. While I do hold Ripple and XRP, and I do think I'll do well this cycle, and I'm hedging my bets on that fact that again it's set like it has the partnerships. Understand that this is not what crypto's meant to be. Casper for me is what crypto's meant to be, and we're seeing it again. Binance again. What was once held as a king for listing good projects and doing it occasionally, like Gala, SHIB, GMT in the last cycle. Now they're listing projects left, right, and centre that are just literally about making a quick pump, and they're dumping. Coinbase again, similarly, listing projects that don't matter. They launched the Trump coin. I don't know if or when this can change, but one thing I do still believe is that Casper, in due time, will be listed on these exchanges, and with its growth and adoption, thanks to what the KI are building with it as well, it'll start to bring back the fundamentals of what crypto is meant to be. Decentralized, fair launch for everybody, not this corrupt, coerced, triad, if you will. And the KI is going to be a key part of that. They have here one of their many projects they're going to be listing, the GigaWatt stablecoin, where it's going to be renewable energy credits, carbon offsets, green bonds, all the stuff that's going to be backed by real-world assets. It's not just any other stablecoin, it's a financial instrument specifically designed for the energy sector backed by real-world assets, not just backed by Casper, other real-world assets. So actually, when someone asked me a question a while back about how can, Casper stablecoins avoid the similarities of Terra Luna, because with Terra Luna, when Terra Luna collapsed, it's because their stablecoin, which was pegged 1-to-1 to the dollar, it lost its pegging, and therefore it caused a massive sell-off of the stablecoin, and therefore Luna, and it collapsed, and we saw billions just disappear. The GigaWatt stablecoin, whilst going to be backed by Casper, it's also going to be backed by renewable energy credits, carbon offsets, green bonds, physical energy infrastructure. So therefore means, should something happen, and the stablecoin doesn't get pegged 1-to-1, it's got multiple different diversification, if you will, that will help keep its pegging up. And therefore it means it won't capitulate and crash the price of Casper. It might cause a pullback, but it won't crash the price of Casper because it's got other things keeping it up as well. The GigaWatt coin is fractionalized down to the kilowatt per hour. This means every fraction represents a real unit of energy. Energy becomes a globally traded financial asset. Borders become irrelevant. Instant settlement on energy-related transactions via Casper. This is going to be a crucial part to bringing more adoption demand to Casper, and therefore allowing its price to start rocketing more so following smart contracts. And it could potentially be available much sooner than we think because of Casper's groundbreaking development and technology, unmatched transaction speeds, security, scalability without compromise, then their economic model and decentralization. All this sort of information, again, is available in my free Discord community. Those who are already a part of it, you already know about it. If not, by all means, go check it out. Link in the description chat, also my homepage. But this stablecoin is going to be groundbreaking for Casper. And the KRI have already been at events like in Abu Dhabi to showcase this GigaWatt stablecoin to their energy industry colleagues. And they've had a lot of good feedback so far. They're happy about it. They want to see more. They want to see smart contracts come out for Casper. And the KRI are going to make the GigaWatt stablecoin censorship resistant, built on Casper. They're going to try and fight they're trying to stick true to they're trying to stick to the true system while also fighting this system how it is right now. Crypto was always kind of about fighting the system, being a centralized, corrupt cartel sort of system where, again, you have these people who are all kind of banding together, who are just have their own selfish ideologies at the forefront. And while everyone has to put their own agendas first, and that's understandable, Bitcoin was created in an attempt to, you know, make a currency for the people, to kind of be a hedge against these banking cartels. But now you see all these crypto products that come out right now, all proof of stakes, all VC backed, you know, all ICOs, like all this sort of stuff that has now caused this whole space now to become one that is just, well, again, a dark shadow, if you will, a blight, if you will. But Casper's going to try and fight that, and the KRI is going to help them fight that by making sure that Casper's compliant with regulations from day one, and release a lot of projects with Casper's decentralized smart contracts. As someone mentioned here, smarter contracts. But KRI made a point here as well. While innovators dream of financial instruments that could power our planet's sustainable future, so what the GigaWatt stablecoin will be doing therefore, regulators seem determined to keep us in the dark ages with their peculiar talent for turning simple solutions into bureaucratic, I can't pronounce the word, but labyrinths. They've mastered the art of making the impossible mandatory and the necessary impossible. Ultimately, just talking about the fact that, again, regulators they're no longer about, they become, you know, I guess, coerced, if you will, to being kind of corrupt. These guardians of the status quo, wrapped in the cocoons of rubbish consultants and lawyers, manage to regulate innovation into submission while consuming enough EU funds to power a small nation. So it seems that KRI is coming out swinging right now at, I want to believe this might be potentially a response in and around the INATBA event, potentially, or what's happening right now, because of course the KRI are trying to make sure the Casper comply with regulations, but the KRI also confirmed, which I showcased in one of my previous videos and streams, and it applied to one of my posts, that a very key community member for Casper was actually denied access to a public regulatory, you know, group because they aren't a crypto company, which is wrong. That shouldn't be the case. Why you have to be a crypto company to be part of regulatory discussions and forums? You shouldn't have to be. Casper is a fair launch open source project. It's meant to be a cryptocurrency, but they have just as right to say as anybody else about the current policies and how to amend them, or how to potentially help guide to make it something that's more inclusive for everybody. So again, Casper's got a massive uphill battle about it right now. A massive uphill battle around it, where, you know, we haven't got the major tier 1 listings just yet. We haven't got smart contracts out just yet. We've got a lot of these projects that are going to be launched like the GigaWatt stablecoin that will come out following smart contracts. 10 BPS is around the corner as well. Stablecoins I'm going to get into in a moment as well. It's very, very big. Well, I've already covered stablecoins actually, but in more so again regarding, you know, the USDX, that sort of stablecoin as well. There's a lot more coming to Casper that, again, for me, we're still early on in this market. Auctions technically starting now in February. And I think we'll see a lot more, you know, in terms of rallying of price of Casper later on in the cycle. I still think we'll see potentially an all-time high in this quarter. Should we get Binance, we'll get 10 BPS pretty much out by that point. It'll be finalized in and around May 1st because it'll be kind of finished by end of March, and then I'll have the whole April period to kind of just finalize everything again. So May 1st, you'll see 10 BPS completed. You'll see the stablecoin come out quite shortly after that as well, which will be more adoption to come to Casper as well. And with all that development, you'll start seeing, you know, the demand will have to going up, and therefore the price will start running with it as well. And you'll see a lot of these, you know, industries that have been kind of ignoring Casper, if you will, because whether you like to believe it or not, Casper's not a small project. $3.26 billion market cap, 42 in core market cap. It's definitely a known project. Polinsky has been quoted in numerous research papers from institutions from the Federal Reserve, or Dallas Fed even, to the European Central Bank. So they do know Polinsky, they do know of Casper. They're just ignoring it because I guess it's not in their interest right now because they don't believe it's worth their while, whatever the reasoning may be. But when Casper has its developments out there, giving it real use case, smart contracts, stable coins, 10 BPS, so it's now scalable, and you have all the projects KRI are going to launch on it as well, these institutions, these listings can't ignore Casper anymore. Otherwise they're going to risk, you know, missing out. And again, whether they like it or not, these people are businesses. Their whole goal right now, as KI's pretty much been trying to say as well. Their whole goal right now is just to be in their own private little circle, but to make money. They want to make money. If Casper fights the system but defeats the status quo, they have no choice but to follow in suit and list Casper because they want to make money. And that helped Casper out more so as well. There's a lot coming to Casper, which I'll come back to again in a little bit in a moment. And this one for me is equally very, very big. It's Johnny, the executive VP of the KEF, confirming that we could see AI coming to Casper very shortly as well. What's up, Andy? What about you, my man? How are you so early now? I apologize, my man. It's just today it had to be really early because I am going to be doing a business conference call of sorts later today around the normal time that I stream. And equally then I have my private live stream to the executives here in about an hour's time. So I thought I have to get a live stream out for everyone still. So I'll do the live stream earlier than normal, obviously around now. And then, have time to do everything else still. And then hopefully and then Sunday tomorrow, everything go back to normal again. What's up, Crypto Tony? Well, man, I hope you're doing very, very well. I'm glad you made it. Binance will be good for Casper because they aren't huge bags behind it ready to sell like that. The only problem Casper has right now is eyes in the market. I agree. Right now, the adoption for Casper is not as good as it could be, and I do agree Binance will be good for Casper, but I don't think it will be. Again, my whole premise of making this point here is that Binance, Binance is still by far and away the largest exchange, so it still will be a good thing for Casper. No mistake about that. It's still a big exchange. It's still the biggest exchange. But people are thinking it'll make it do like a 10x type thing. People are expecting Binance to do stupid things for Casper. And then people are also then expecting on the other extreme that it'll do nothing for Casper because Binance indicates the top of projects. And I'm trying to come to the premise and understanding that while both points do hold some weight, I'm taking the middle ground where I think Binance will do well for Casper because it's been suppressed for so long and just undervalued, so it will definitely cause a big pump. I believe it will at least. But I don't think that will by any means signify the top for Casper because Casper's got a lot more developments coming out for it. And also, Casper's not the other projects here, which are just VC-backed or meme coins, or just useless. Casper's got an actual utility behind it, so it's building a lot. So therefore, that in itself will keep Casper afloat. And of course, the community here, right now, where Casper's at, for how much it's come down, I'd like to believe at this point, this community here are no longer paper handers. Up here, people are here just trying to make a quick profit. And even here as well. Now, only those who've done research into Casper are holding Casper right now. So therefore, when Binance does list it, I do still expect to see a sell-off event, of course, by the rumor sell the news, but I don't think it'll be a massive sell-off like we'd expect. What's up, Coin Zenzi, my man? Welcome back to the stream. Casper for life, you know it, KJI. What a weird and overly wordy statement from the KI. Sounds like an angry sixth form student. I have to do, yeah. There are some posts I've seen from the KI. I'm kind of like, oh wow, that's a bit aggressive, if you will. I have some times where I thought like that, but at the end of the day, like, they have a lot of institutional partnerships, so they're relatively big in like not industry, but like a third party, so to speak, that have a lot of very strong connections. So they can say what they want, truth be told. But I have to admit, some of their posts do sound a little bit like like I said, like an angry sixth grader. I do think that is the case sometimes. But either way, I'm very appreciative of what the KI has done for Casper so far in trying to get his name out there. They've already announced a lot of major projects coming to Casper. They're waiting for smart contracts. They've already been the reason why Coinbase is now talking to Casper again, although seemingly developments are slowing down again, hence why the KI have been more active again, trying to say these people are just wrong. So they're the reason that Coinbase started speaking to Casper, and we've heard nothing since, really. Of course, there's NDAs behind it, so we can't hear more. But the fact that they're taking to Twitter a lot recently now, and basically just saying these regulators are corrupt, sounds like to me that they've been trying to get into these discussions with other exchanges and regulators, and they're being denied because, they aren't typical crypto companies. Casper's different, which is again is wrong. And Casper, I think, will take its rightful place and help innovate the space as it should be, to the state where these corrupt inner circles are become obsolete, or they have to just start joining the going with the system, going with the tide, and joining Casper. They'll try and take advantage of it, of course, but Casper being open source and fair launch, I believe, will be able to stand true to what it is, and I guess put a massive shield up against these corrupt individuals, so to speak. And we'll see a lot more of Casper being built as well. Here we got here from Johnny a very big announcement. He had a call with Kai here, who is I guess the hiring man, if you will, or if you will, for swarms. He had a call with him a few days ago and explained the fair launch nature of Casper, pursuing decentralization is the right path that may be the hardest to follow. This again coincides with the post that Binance Insider made about how there's always one visionary who's leading the space the other way. Pursuing decentralization, true decentralization, is the right path that is the hardest to follow, because again, we already showcased, Chaos already showcased that no one wants true decentralization anymore. They want this fake decentralization where everyone's like a centralized company that's making these decentralized products, but because it's centralized behind it, it doesn't make sense. It's not true decentralization. So the hardest path to follow here, and the KF has said that they are committed to being supportive of swarms, including setting an AI fund for prospective AI products that may be deployed and run on Casper. Johnny's done a lot for Casper already. The reason why we got DWF Labs for Casper, probably the reason why we got IGRA Labs on Casper as well. He already announced they're talking to another American exchange and other market makers for Casper as well, that hopefully will come through very soon. They're negotiating right now. There just seems to be some negative lineup behind swarms. I've not looked too much into it, but I do want to highlight the importance of AI, decentralized AI products coming to Casper, which is a very big deal. Ultimately, because it basically means that blockchain technology, or block DAG in this case, therefore, can facilitate the decentralized developments and sharing of AI models, so it could combine the best parts of Casper's block DAG, which is scalable, decentralized, and also AI stuff as well. So individuals, therefore, could have more control over their data, allowing them to choose how their data is used, and they can train these AI models and even potentially receive money for it as well. So I think the combination between AI technology and true decentralization is groundbreaking stuff, and Casper for me should be the leader in the space in that regard. It can enhance AI security and trust, which is the biggest problem with AI, as many people seem to believe, is the whole element, oh yeah, it might take over, so to speak. Right, this will enhance the trust and security. You're bringing more applications for AI as well. Of course, there's a lot to take into account, like is it actually scalable? Like, will it be able to pass regulation, so to speak? Is it interoperable, so it can jump between other systems and whatnot? And that's all the areas that Casper are targeting. The KEF and Casper are targeting 10 BPS, so it's scalable. Regulation is being targeted by KRI, and interoperability is being targeted by the whole space for Casper. Trying to make sure that Casper can, that's what IGRA Labs are doing, making an Ethereum EVM ZK based rollup, so Casper therefore can be kind of working alongside Ethereum. So this for me is the ground. Again, this information I'll be linking in my community again, so go check it out there. But I might make a more detailed post about it as well, how big this could be for Casper should this come to fruition, which I think we will see many projects built on Casper, and then when Casper development continue to increase and adoption continue to increase, you'll start to hear projects that want to actually build on Casper, that come out of the woodwork saying, yes, please list our project. We want to be a part of this ecosystem. Next time someone asks how fast Casper is, or they're saying other proof of work / proof of stakes are faster, we now got this here, created by the community again, the link to showcase the speed right now of the top projects: Sui, Hyperliquid, Litecoin, Bitcoin, XRP, Solana. And you can see Casper right now at 1 BPS, and then when it drops to 10 BPS, how much faster it is. The fastest right now is Hyperliquid. Look at Casper, when it goes to 10 BPS. It becomes one of, if not the fastest project in this space, and that's only a few months away. That's going to be significant enough for institutions to realize that, and developers to realize that, to actually want to start building on top of it. And then smart contracts come on board, then stablecoins come on board, and that brings more adoption to Casper. The community is passionate and very eager to see 10 BPS and more, but this isn't just about speed. This, along with smarter contracts, because smart contracts on Casper are going to be so innovative that it's going to be a different sort of ball game. Smarter contracts will usher a new era of DLT applications running at the speed of the internet. And it's so much so that even the fuzzsters of Casper are coming out of the woodworks now, kind of changing their viewpoint. There are three massive well-known fuzzsters for Casper: DaVinci Jeremy, Fred Krueger, and BitBoy Crypto. DaVinci Jeremy, I've not heard much about him, don't care to be honest either way, but you heard a video recently from Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto, as well as Fred Krueger. Fred Krueger made a post about saying, I might have to buy some Casper just to stir up something up here. So he might have to buy some Casper, which, why he's seemingly being sarcastic about it here, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he definitely could be more informed, but I don't think he's an idiot. I think he might just be, and that's the same point I was making from BitBoy. BitBoy here basically made a post here about talking about the fact that Casper isn't awful. He said he doesn't think it's going to be a top 10 or top 20, but he makes a joke about how Casper's up 18% on the daily time frame. It's like, all seriousness, I don't think Casper's awful. I just don't think it's a top 10 project. I just think it's almost at that level, but I just don't know if it's big enough yet. So he's basically just saying here, I haven't got a problem with Casper. I just don't like the idea that people think it's going to jump to like top 10 this cycle, which I highlight as a possibility as such. But I'm also saying depends what the top 10 is. If top 10 is 100 billion market cap, then maybe it's a bit much for Casper. If it's 50 billion, I think Casper can reach 50 billion in the cycle. But even Ben Armstrong here saying, oh yeah, I don't think Casper's terrible, I just don't think it's top 10, top 20. I think it's top 20 definitely. I think it could be top 10 easily as well in the future, with more applications that are built on Casper. And if all the fuzzers of Casper are coming out of the woodwork now saying, oh yeah, you know what, we don't actually mind Casper. I'm like, oh, how's that changed then? You went from being so anti-Casper to now supporting it. Either you're doing it just for clicks and engagement farming, or you're doing it to make yourself a better entry level so you can get buying cheaper. These people have been in the space for a very, very long time. While they have their downsides, if you will, they aren't idiots. A lot of these people are millionaires. They're extremely rich because they got into Bitcoin earlier, they got into crypto earlier. So they're rich. And they understand, market sentiment, if you will. So, again, this is still speculative, but I do believe there's a strong possibility of such that the likes of BitBoy and Fred Krueger have been filling up on Casper every now and then. But they openly don't talk about it because, again, if they have done their research into Casper and realise what they're building, all this stuff here, and they think they can really do it, which I believe they do, why they want to, tell their whole communities about it? There's a selfish agenda about them. But there's a lot coming to Casper, and for example as well, Twitter, X, just partnered with Visa, who's partner of Tangem, who promotes Casper alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. So potentially you'll see Casper being, traded as a form of payment on Twitter as well in the very near future. There's so many little breadcrumb trails of what Casper's trying to build right now. And equally, stablecoins are very big. As I mentioned, stablecoins Casper coming to Casper. I've already highlighted in the past, Harvard Business Review have made, reviews and documents about the way to dominate stablecoins, about how big they are, about how they can replace legacy payment systems like Swift. And then JP Morgan even stated that stablecoin issuers who adhere to regulations will benefit from upcoming regulatory crackdown and gain market share. The KII are doing what they can to make sure that Casper are compliant with regulations. And stablecoins, GigaWatt, compliant with regulations. So we are seeing institutions, Harvard, JP Morgan, and obviously there'll be many more who have highlighted the importance of stablecoins and what's coming, and how big important they are for the crypto space, while also seeing Casper trying to do the same thing as well, building this stablecoin with KII and also their own one here. And KII is making sure they comply with regulations. While they're still building other things, while the KIF are getting more partnerships as well, or more third parties to start building on top of Casper as well. We're seeing fudsters and haters now starting to support Casper. We're seeing 10 BPS getting closer and closer. Everyone's believing in such. Right now, there's been a lot of FUD around Casper, which is, I think, quite a good thing. Should get the Casper worth talking about again. And every time there's people fudding it, you've now not just got people fudding about, oh yeah, it's not actually that quick. We're now getting models created to showcase the actual speed of it and why it is quicker. And you also have a whole nother page that I put in my community, which is called the Casper Archive, which is basically just confirming and denying all the myths and facts about Casper here. Casper's launch was rigged and remains under hidden control from the DAG Labs. That is a false claim. That's FUD one of many, and here are all the facts to support reason why it's not true. This website is very, very in-depth. Proof of stake over proof of work. False claim. Many argue proof of stake is more secure, more efficient, and less wasteful than proof of work. However, proof of stake introduces economic centralized risk, validated cartels, and weak security guarantees. Casper proof of work model ensures true decentralization and resilience against long-range attacks which proof of work cannot achieve. And here are all the facts to support it. All this sort of stuff here. The website, again, I've got a link to it in my community. It's very insightful. So anytime someone comes at you with one of these claims, just show them this website. And it gives you pretty much all the answers you need. And actually, there's one issue I want to highlight as well in that regard then, similarly. Story time here with Luke, who's one of the key miners that mines Casper, who makes a very good analysis of one of the biggest issues that came with Casper in the early days, which is about an attack that no one saw coming. In 2023, an attack waged the war on Casper, exploiting a flaw that could cripple any UTXO-based blockchain. The story of the Dust attack, how it threatened to clog the Casper network, and how Casper devs fought back. I'm not going to read it all out word for word, but basically, there was an attack, the Dust, and it wasn't an ordinary spam. It made a load of very, very miniature transactions that clogged the system. You know, what exactly is a UTXO Dust attack? It's a UTXO-based blockchain like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or Casper. Every coin exists in an unspent transaction output. These attacks works by flooding the network with tiny transactions, forcing nodes to store ever-growing amounts of junk data. So it's like running a marathon or carrying a backpack that keeps getting heavier. That's what it basically did. It's trying to attack Casper that way. The only way to really fix this issue is to do a hard fork. But that takes months in preparation, not like when Gala tried to do it, and Gala did it very, very quickly. It takes a while to do a hard fork to get everyone prepared for it. And of course, Casper have been focusing on doing a hard fork since, well, I guess for months, if not almost a year now as well. So instead of trying to make a whole hard fork, that'd be, trying to do it, and when they didn't have time to wait, they couldn't wait for the hard fork either. It takes months to do it, and every extra hour meant more permanent damage to the network. So what they did instead, they devised a clever peer-to-peer rule change. And as soon as they made that, and the patch was ready by 6 a.m., in 18 hours, the whole situation kind of just dropped to being, fine. So the devs recognized the issue, realized the only rule fix was a hard fork, and instead, they decided that they had to, they did a peer-to-peer rule change, and they fixed the issue. A new node version was released, all miners were told to upgrade it, and it fixed the whole thing. And the hard fork that comes through now will also just kind of make it even stronger. So Casper didn't just survive the attack, they emerged stronger as a result of it. That's the team of people behind Casper right now. That's what we're trying to build. That's not to say that any other project couldn't have done the same thing, but Casper was able to do so, and do so very quickly in a very short span of time. So much so that most people didn't even realize there was an issue with the network. So again, what Casper's building is groundbreaking, to say the least. And people like BitBoy and Fred Krueger and many more of the fudders, whether they realize it or not, they soon will. I believe so. These, dark shadows of, triad of actors, of regulators and crypto companies, those people will end up realizing the true benefit of true decentralization and what Casper's building and how revolutionary and how quick it is. And we'll see how much that changes in the future as well. Welcome back, bees. Future Crypto Millionaires. Welcome back to 300 very, very well. Rasek, so Binance will be a booster for Casper, and KRI will take over and lead all the way, even after the bull run. That is basically what I'm trying to get down to as well. I think that Binance will do well for Casper, but it won't be the be all and end all. It'll be a nice little booster to get Casper some. People right now, unfortunately, a lot of people believe these tier ones are the necessity for Casper. They're not. You don't need these tier ones. You don't. Honestly, you don't. They will be a help, but you don't need them. But right now, community sentiment that we need Binance, we need Coinbase, we need OKX. So once you get them, that'll bring the community, the retail sentiment back to be like, oh yeah, Casper's actually going to do well now. And that means the KRI can let the projects, that can really kickstart everything with Casper as well. And continue that sentiment. Anthony, welcome back, my man. Do you think the Casper memes will leave the Casplex Chaos protocol and Casper launch a smart contracts and then go on there instead? So to answer that question, from what I understand, and actually I'll see if I can load this up while I talk about it. It's talking about Project Sparkle, which is posted. I'm going to find the post. Yeah, so here it is. Natural made a post about it themselves. And we can see here that with Project Sparkle, which is coming, summertime, so to speak, it will also provide a way for Chaos 20 projects to migrate to smart contracts. So in that regard, then, the Chaos 20 protocol will still be about, like it still exists, but it'll be migrating, the kind of whole space will migrate to smart contracts. If that helps answer your question, my man. What What's up, my man? Welcome to stream. I've been watching your daily live streams, Jay. I really appreciate your efforts, insight, and information. I mean, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Again, everyone who's tuning in daily to watch these streams. As much as my schedule and times are very, very inconsistent right now. I apologize. I'm trying to get back to a normal schedule soon. Make it easier for everyone else right now. But yeah, again, you're learning more. So big up to you for being here. And again, if those who want to learn more about crypto, Casper, have a community of people who are also trying to learn together. A free Discord community right here. Talk about everything from Casper to memes to AI, you name it. And then those who want to be even more locked in and maximize the benefits from crypto, regarding trading picks, to which we have seen multiple big wins already. 6x in MRG, 6.5x in Trust in Web3, made a 25x in XO Cortex, alongside many more stuff. Again, we have a lot more we offer in our executive community here, the What page. We're going to be doing a weekly live stream later today in about an hour from now. Real-time buy and sell alerts, hidden gems and whatnot, and also a lot more inside alpha information. Stuff that I talk about in these streams, I talk about in more detail there, and also information that will help support the claims. Like how big AI is going to come, I spoke about here, but I have a lot more sources in there. In fact, the last weekly live stream I did highlighted some institutional documents highlighting the significance of AI and what's going to happen in the cycle with it. So again, if you want to know more, and therefore increase my conviction, and hopefully all of our convictions in crypto and AI and what's going to happen in the space, you want to know more, then by all means go check that out. Links are on my homepage, in the description, also in the chat right now. Currently a 7-day free trial for the WAP, so you can join for free. Sign up, and if you like what you see, come join. If you don't, and it only costs $49.99. But if you don't, then fine, you cancel. It's fine. Again, it's just a place you want to see if if you like what you offer, then hopefully make it worth your while. What's up, Coin? Do you think there's a small chance Jonathan is Satoshi? People asked in the past. I don't think it's impossible. It doesn't bother me greatly if he is or if he isn't. If anyone in this space is going to be Satoshi, I think it would make sense to be Stom Polinsky. But I'm not particularly bothered if he is or isn't. I think the fact that Stom Polinsky, and he's already proven himself to be a legend in the space. So if he comes out and saying, I am Satoshi, I'm like, great, cool, had a feeling. But at the same time, we're like, okay, well, either way, it doesn't bother me, because I think what he's doing in itself is just, he's already been quoted in already as being a titan in the space. Nick Szabo, the creator of smart contracts, said he's an expert in Bitcoin security, a skill set and scale supply. So he's already got credibilities and accolades. He doesn't need to be named Satoshi as well, although I guess it would be a help. Binance buys won't be just extra liquidity for pre-sale investors. Are you selling your bags? Me neither. When Binance is Casper, I'll buy more in the run-up and I won't sell. No. I'm taking profits in Casper, of course, but I'm holding Casper for the next 2 or 3 cycles. So ultimately, I'm holding Casper for the long run. When Casper has been fully mined out, I'll still be holding Casper then. This is my long-term investment. This is my my retirement plan, if you will. This is why I'm holding Casper so I can retire my whole bloodline and stacking up more and more while I can. I haven't got a big bag. It's my biggest bag by a long shot, but I haven't got a big bag. But I'm filling it up more and more while I can. And all these catalysts coming soon for Casper this cycle are going to be great for it and set up perfectly for the latter half of the cycle and equally for next cycle as well. You see Dagnite coming through, which I'm actually making through this cycle. You'll see, 100 BPS. You'll see more projects launching on Casper, much more. You'll see millions flowing through Casper every single day. But yeah, this is what we're seeing with Casper right now. Stablecoins are truly revolutionary, and AI, decentralized AI products, are going to be coming to Casper very, very soon. This is again, I can't put it into detail how important this sort of stuff is for Casper. We've seen a lot of stuff come from Johnny already. Johnny is, again, the senior vice president of the KEF, and he's made a lot of very big announcements already about Casper, about potentially introducing a third-party auditing to prepare for more emerging projects on Casper. Very, very big. Also made a post about, where is it? There's one about so look, KF shall be currently in conversation with other this is after DWF Labs already part of Casper. They're currently in conversation with other ones from American exchanges. So that could be Coinbase, it could be Crypto.com, it could be Gemini, Robinhood, you name it. So Casper's currently KF talking with American exchanges and also perspective on-chain trading. And also they mentioned later on as well that they are currently also talking to more market makers as well, which they meant. I'm gonna have to go and find it's a reply from Wolfie, but yeah. So Johnny's already done a hell of a lot for Casper in a short span of time. Well, at least since we found out about him, because I don't know how long he's actually been I'm not sure how long he's been working with KEF, but this is the first time that I've probably been made aware of his involvement in Casper. His first post here was seemingly from December 10th, so maybe he was joined quite recently. But he's been great for Casper so far, and he's going to bring a lot more to the space, and helping Casper get his name out there more so as well. So alongside all the stuff that Casper's building for, the KRI and KF were two initiatives, if you will, that were launched. I think KF was launched back in March-ish time of 2024, and then KR was launched around August time or July time. But both those two initiatives came through and were doing a lot of building behind the scenes. In fact, Casper Door made a post about it, about how much. Let's see if I can find it. Casper Door made a post about it, about all the stuff that the KF and KR are doing behind the scenes, which is extremely huge. I'll see if I can find it, but it's a sort of, it's sort of projects that are working alongside Casper that are doing their roles of market makers to help Casper's name get out there. And this is what's going to help massively in the future with, Casper's adoption. KRI is meant to be there more so for institutional clients. KS is meant to be there more so just for the whole crypto space. They both have their own. They're both helping be market makers for Casper, but they're also, in their own lanes. The same way how, like, if you think about after 2022, XRP, Quant, XLM, Algorand, they're all similar, but they also work in their own individual sectors, if you will. KF and KRI are similar elements where they're all, working together to help get Casper's name out there. But they're all working in their own individual spaces as well. So the KF is trying to get it out for, the crypto space, and KR is trying to get out there for the institutional clients. I'm not sure how far down I had to go to find this. P made a post about how big what the KF are doing. I did not understand how big. Oh yeah, here. So this post here. So that you guys don't know how much work KF is putting into Casper behind the scenes. Ledger integration funded by them, new devs funded, new market makers, conference funded, basically pouring money into everything that will promote Casper, and there's also stuff he doesn't even know himself. That's the KF for you in a nutshell. There's still a lot we don't know, but there's a lot more that will come through it, and with the developments, again, that will be the event catalyst needed to start seeing these exchanges launch projects as well, launch Casper as well. I still wholeheartedly believe that February being typically altcoin season, I think this could be an event catalyst to let Binance jump on board. This here is looking at the Ethereum monthly returns. Why is that important? Because Ethereum is the driver of altcoins. When Ethereum surpasses all-time highs, when Ethereum starts rallying, that's typically the driver for altcoins. When Ethereum starts rallying against the market. So if Ethereum starts rallying and surpasses all-time highs, that's an indicator of an alt season starting. This here is looking at the Ethereum monthly return, typically very, very bullish. So if we do get another bullish Ethereum this cycle, which we should do, historically speaking, we'll see alt start to run. That being an event catalyst for altcoins, that also potentially being an event catalyst for getting Binance to list it. Right now, I want to believe it happened this month, but we cannot say for sure. We're still very early doors. Only just started February, and the current distribution period for Binance rewards to Casper users, it's got another another 10 days left or so, something like that. You can see right now the volume's still quite low, 49.5 million, being dominated by LBank, Gate, Mexi, and then Bybit's still around 10%. Bybit's been staying quite high consistently right now, which is good to see, but we need to see more volume coming through, a lot more volume coming through. It was the big exchanges as well, to be an event catalyst for potentially Binance listing. The wallet right now, we can see being a recent bug that's temporarily disabled, that's changed the metrics. So we have seen a little bit of a shift recently. They're going to be fixing this very, very soon. In fact, there was an announcement about that, which I think I retweeted. Let me quickly check, because there was an announcement about what they're doing. Yeah, here. So for the sake of transparency, approximately 2 months ago, with the launch of a new indexer at KF, the Casper, a bug was introduced that caused some addresses balances to remain outdated for a period of time. As a result, the distribution numbers were incorrectly inflated. So what we've understood now is that So it's good and bad, I guess. I mean, it is ultimately bad, but basically something went wrong. So the addresses that were literally at 585k recently had a lot of outdated addresses in there. So now they're currently trying to fix a bug to solve that issue. So they have now temporarily disabled the metric so they can fix it. But it looks like now we've got 530,000 addresses for Casper, which is significantly less. But either way, the amount of people who are still holding Casper, still holding quite strong. Still above 500k, which is good to see. I still think we could see over 1 million by the end of the year. And this wallet here, suspected to be Binance's one, will likely be buying up some more on Monday. If history repeats, again, they'll be doing it every Monday and Thursday as you check it out from the timestamps. So likely we'll see some more coming on those days as well. Hash rate staying high again as well. Proof that the adoption for Casper is still staying strong. 1.57, like what happened yesterday. We saw it hit 1.6 yesterday as well. EH. This is very important for proof of work projects and what's going to come to Casper. I know NFTs recently just launched for Casper, for KRC20 as well, which I think, I'm not sure they'll all be minting out just yet. I know I did a post about it in my community again. I'm not. There's nothing here about me and NFTs just yet. But if you've got an NFT, then big up to you guys. I do want to try and get one if I can. I'm looking into it right now, but I mean the fundamental problem right now with this ecosystem right now is there's no new money coming in. New money will come in soon with listings, with KRI and KEF being market makers, stuff like that. That'll bring more money in with ETPs and ETS, which Casper's already got ETPs. New money will come in. That'll help this ecosystem flourish more and start to allow its price to start rallying more so as well. You can see right now the most popular is Kango, Nacho, and Conan. I've not heard of Cesar. Not heard of it at all. Casper still up there as well. So these are the ones that are deemed the most popular right now. They're down. I imagine it's quite frustrating, but I believe they'll come back in due time. What's up, Tony? Welcome to my man. Binance listing would be good for Casper. It's also fair to say that Casper has made exchanges that already list Casper, made them known to other investors, traders. Yeah, again, completely true. Binance will be good for Casper, and what Casper's already done has made them known in the space. I believe for the most part, a lot of institutions and exchanges, they feign ignorance about Casper. Casper, their founder behind it, is very well renowned in this space. The developments are very innovative. You've seen Dr. Martin Heisberg post on numerous occasions about how Casper is the Bitcoin's Casper testnet. What they're building is so revolutionary that for me, it seems illogical to believe that these exchanges and these massive FIs and whatnot, they don't know of Casper. They do, but they're feigning ignorance. Maybe because they're trying to stack silently, or they just don't care. Again, whatever the excuse may be, we can debate about it till death do us part. But what Casper's building here right now, Casper is, to put it bluntly and quite, I guess, extreme, it's a very, very great concept project. That's not accurate at all. But the way I'm trying to say is like Casper's got a lot of things coming out for it right now, but it's not fully released yet. So right now, it's got a lot of stuff it's trying to claim it's going to be doing, and I think it will do it. It's proving it's going to do it as well. So far, everything that they've done so far, they've proven to do it, but it's not out yet, so it's just a concept. But once it comes out, which again, we are mere months away, you'll see, the demand come back to Casper. Because people are realizing, oh, what they spoke about actually came to fruition. Oh, wow, it actually is the fastest project in this space. Oh, wow, they actually are getting smart contracts on it. All this FUD that's coming into it will be proven. People saying proof of stake better than proof of work is a claim made because proof of work doesn't work with Bitcoin. But no, when Casper will prove why proof of work is better than proof of stakes, and people who are claiming that proof of stakes is the best will also be, like Justin Bonds will be proven wrong as well. He's got a bias against proof of work. He doesn't like proof of works, but he'll be proven wrong because Casper's going to prove why proof of work does work. He's going to prove why it's possible to be able to, grow with high TPS without having to rely on L2. Like it's a lot. Again, this sort of stuff, all this sort of stuff, while people claim it is incorrect. Did you get some grass? No, I did not end up getting some grass, man. I still have not picked up any KRC20 tokens just yet. Do you mean this grass, or do you mean something else? I should quickly check it out. I think I meant this grass here. But no, I did not pick up some grass in the end. Currently, grass is doing okay. That was a result of a Binance futures. Got Bybit, BitGet, Kraken. I mean, yeah, I think I don't know too much about grass. Looking at it here, so it's something to do with AI as well, which could be very big for it as well. I mean, yeah, for me right now, I haven't looked too much into getting new projects, or at least if I have, I've disclosed it to my executives here. Grass is not one of the ones I've looked at to yet. The ones I've been mainly looking around the AI sector. But I'm sure there'll be more opportunities for other products in this space right now. But so far, for the meantime, while the market's where it's at right now, I'm seeing a massive kind of liquidation event and a pullback. I'm just filling up my bags while I can. Just either I'm taking money out into stablecoins to wait for the correction and then go back in, or I'm just keep DCing into it right now. You keep saying centralized is not what crypto was meant to be, but what if that's going to be the forced way it is in the future and decentralized gets pushed out, including Casper? I mean, that's a very fair point, and I don't discredit that potential, but that's why there's a strong belief, as quoted from industry leaders and also institutions, that in the future there's going to be a crypto culling event where 99% of all cryptos go to zero. Things like Casper, for me, because it's fair launch open work, it's decentralized, unless all the Casper holders sell, it can't go to zero. Same thing with Bitcoin. A lot of these projects that have VC backing and ICOs and, pre-allocation, whatever it may be, those can go to zero because they're centralized. And I do believe that many centralized projects, because of how the space has been, warped into this centralized space now, there'll be many centralized projects that do survive and gain favor with governments and bankers and whatever it may be. XRP, for example, I think will do well as a result because it's got a lot of connection to these massive institutions and banks and whatnot. But I think Casper, what it's building, is going to fight the system, and when it showcases its technology as superior to that of what the other systems have, they have no choice but to run through Casper. Because ultimately, these industries want to make money, whether it means by doing it by going through other projects or whatever, but also they want to make money by saving money. And there's no better way than saving money by using a platform that allows you to make transactions extremely cheap and extremely quick. That's Casper's business model, to be able to do transactions extremely quick and very, very cheap. Which I believe will give Casper, while there's a possibility Casper could be pushed out, I could argue, yes, it may not therefore get as much adoption as potentially needed, but I think because Casper, again, fair enough proof of work, just open source, decentralized, for Casper to go to zero, it would require an individual or individuals to buy up a significant amount of the allocation and then just sell it all. And because of its nature, I don't think it's possible. The tokenomics of Casper makes it strong enough to where it's very, very unlikely. Not impossible, but extremely unlikely that it goes to zero. But many projects in this space will go to zero. They haven't got the technology to keep up. And they've got the terrible tokenomics as well. So, to answer your question, you're right, meant that you could see Casper be forced out, but I choose to believe that with what they're building will allow them to prevent that possibility, if you will. That's my own personal belief again. But again, because I hedge my bets, I'm not my biggest bags in Casper, I've hedged my bets as well into other products that I do believe will also are in favour with banks and whatnot, like XRP. All Casper content creators go to heaven. Hey, all Casper holders go to heaven. That's how it should be. Have you seen the Endgame series by Plan K? He did a deep dive into the history of fiat and the debasement of currencies and why Casper is the endgame. I have not seen the video, no, but I have done my own elements of research into, history of fiat, how you've seen all these reserve currencies. It went from, there was a country, I can't remember the country. There was a country in the past who used to be the reserve currency, and when they got debased, their currency went to, crap. It's worthless now. I have done my own elements of research into the history of fiat and how crypto is going to debase that and whatnot. So I definitely plan to look into that actually. So I will look into his video because I hope that should be very, very insightful. But I personally already I understand enough to my belief to an extent to how significant crypto is going to be. And again, with what Casper's building, I believe it will be the end game. I've seen enough from Chris Kang and many other developers to support my theory, if you will. But I think Casper is going to be the end game again for what they're building and how it's going to be utilized in this space, and the whole financial world, it being cheap and also decentralized, meaning for everybody, and secure, and also then scalable enough to support the world infrastructure, or at least hopefully soon with 100 BPS. I think it'll be the end game. Trump thoughts? Terrible. I think it was a small black swan for the meme coin sector. Any news of progress on GigaWatt coin that you know of, Quick Crypto? Insane developments happening overall for Casper. Awesome to see. There's nothing new we've seen per se, apart from the fact that we already have seen posts like this about what's coming through to. Which actually, I did answer a question about this earlier in regards to the stablecoin and what happens if it has a repeat of Luna, which I don't think Casper will have that situation because of this post here, which I might cover a point later on as well. I haven't seen anything new coming up for it just yet, apart from the fact that we may see it come out sooner than we expect. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm suspecting you'll see 10 BPS come out, and then you'll see the stablecoin come out soon after that as well. Maybe the only way they can achieve this by the government authority, by Casper by default, will always be decentralized. Casper by default will be decentralized. Maybe they'll have some form of government authority. We have to wait and see. It's quite early to say still. Casper's still only 3 in the cycle, remember. What's up, my man? What about streaming? You're doing very, very well. Great to have you here. Once it's open, you can close, you control Casper. The same way you cannot control Bitcoin, even if trying to try several times and failed. Now they adopted. Fair launch, open source, Casper, it cannot be controlled. And I don't think Code to Zero either. I was talking about KLC20 grass. It being advertised on the Casper TG price group. It's fairly large amount of holders minted. So it was grass here. Well, this is grass here then. Right now, it's not been fully minted out just yet. Is this the right grass? I'm looking at the wrong one. Decentralization in crypto is more on control over the network. It can be slowed down by regulators and supply distribution. That's when it becomes pseudo-centralized. Yeah. Again, that's the ultimate. That's the element of what's come to crypto right now, where if things can become centralized with massive, again, regulators and market make whatever they're controlling most of the supply. It becomes more centralized. That's kind of what we're seeing with Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin becoming more centralized because BlackRock is buying up the majority of the supply. But it's not centralized. It's, by nature, it's decentralized. But yeah, that's just my understanding of it, at least. You got a shout out on Casper Discord. Oh, did I? Wow. Well, that's mad. I'm very happy about that. I appreciate those giving me a shout out at least. I try to do what I can do to educate, and of course I'm still trying to learn more myself. And those who want to help in building our own knowledge of crypto and Casper, you can come check out the community here. We're trying to chill chat and learn more about crypto and Casper as a whole, more about the space in general. How does Casper technology compare to other cryptocurrencies in terms of scalability, strategy, and speed? Right here. That's 1 BPS Casper right now compared to other projects. 10 BPS bus and click, and that's how quick it is now. It will be 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin 10 BPS. But information like this, I'll be linking in my community later today, so by all means go and check it out. And what's up, Casper Frog? But unfortunately, that is it for today's stream, as I do have to prepare for the executive community now. Got my live stream with them in about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. I've got to prepare for it. So thank you all for watching today's stream. As always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. I'll be back tomorrow at normal times to 8 PM BST. But yeah, if you want to learn more about crypto and Casper, come check out the free community. If you want to be even more locked in, maximize the benefits of crypto, then come check out the executive page here. Again, links in my homepage right here. The description also in the chat right now. Have a great day, good evening, good night. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care now.